The 2025 Pony League World Series returns to Washington, Pennsylvania this upcoming weekend. And once again, the host team representing Washington County will be right in the middle of it. This is a tournament with lots of tradition, a stage that's seen future big leaguers get their taste of the spotlight at an early age. We'll talk about the team's journey to the World Series, the standout players to watch, and what it means to coach on this stage in front of your hometown crowd. It's a big moment for these kids, their families, and this community. And we're breaking it all down here on the TroupCast this week, here on Oneberg, powered on Oneberg on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. And joining me is the man leading the charge. It's John Przybylinski. He's the manager of the 2025 Washington County squad. Welcome, Coach JP, to the TroupCast. It's awesome to have you here. Welcome in.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I appreciate you having me. It's a blessing for sure.
No one on your team knows how to pronounce your last name. That's what I found out leading up to this interview. So I hope we got it right.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, Przybylinski, close enough. You know what I mean? That's why Coach JP works for me, man.
They all told me just to call you Coach JP. So that's what we'll run with it. I get one pronunciation at the beginning. Hey, Coach, talk to us about your background in baseball and what led you to be the manager of the Washington County Pony League team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, grew up, went to Collinsville High School, played. I mean, I've been playing baseball my entire life. And then was fortunate enough to continue playing at the next level at Waynesburg University. From there, I've volunteered at the World Series in Washington probably 4 or 5 years before I was, considered for a coaching spot. So at that point, one of our assistant coaches at Waynesburg, Bill Stahl, is involved in game day operations there for Pony, and kind of got me wrapped into it. And then another player that I played with, who was a head coach last year, Andrew Wenzel, he's actually helping me this year, and he asked me to be an assistant last year, and that's kind of how I got wrapped up into the Pony coaching. And Dale Lawley was gracious enough to ask me this year if I kind of wanted to take over, and there's only one answer. That's absolutely.
A quick shout out to our good friend Dell Lawley. We've had him here on the program talking about the Steelers many of times, including about the Pony League World Series, a Washington, Pennsylvania native, and a big part of the history behind the Pony League World Series. It will take place this weekend, upcoming on Saturday. Your team will play Italy in the first round. How do you feel about playing an international team right off the bat?
Man, it's gonna be interesting, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited nonetheless, especially too, hearing they're coming out of Francisco Cervelli Baseball Academy, which is a familiar name for all of us here in the area.
Yeah, good shout out.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that we get to defend it against them first game.
And is this a double elimination tournament, John?
It is. Yep. Double elimination. So actually there's a twist in this year's bracket as well. So that second game that a team plays, whoever loses that game, if whoever wins out of the first game and then moves on to the second game without a loss, whoever loses that second game on both sides of the bracket actually flip. So we have a chance to, play anybody. Just because anybody's on the opposite side of the bracket doesn't necessarily mean that, we can't be ready to play them other than the championship, as in most standard double elimination tournaments.
We have the bracket up on the screen right now for everybody to take a look at. Washington County playing Italy, as we said, this upcoming Saturday, August 9th at 12 o'clock at historic Lew Hays Pony Field in Washington, Pennsylvania. A couple other USA teams. You got a team out of California playing Friday at 4:30. A South Hills, Pennsylvania team. I want to get your thoughts on that in a second. That's unique. That's new to the tournament. You also have a team from Texas on the other side of the bracket that represents the United States. You got a team from Mexico, Colombia. I mean, we're worldwide in this tournament, JP. It's not just local baseball, but there is a South Hills team. And my understanding is a lot of players and folks associated with that team have played jointly on travel teams throughout the years with a lot of players on your team.
Yes, sir. That is very true. Yeah, there's always a host zone area tournament. I know in the past it's been dominated by Youngstown primarily, but we had the Mon Valley team last year that was in it that ended up winning, and then this year South Hills, who we actually scrimmaged in a midweek scrimmage just a couple weeks ago. Man, they have a good squad as well. So it's nice, just more representation of just our specific area in Southwestern Pennsylvania. Man, there's a lot of good baseball going on here.
John, as we record this, and we are recording, just so everybody, if it airs at night or it's dark outside and they see you in this beautiful background, it is the middle of the day here on Monday. Where are you? Are you at Lew Hays right now?
I no, I wish I was, man. That'd be a lot cooler. I'm actually I'm here at North Strabane Township Park. Not too far from Lew Hays though.
Not too
Closer to
far from
Canyon.
me.
That's right. That's right.
That's a beautiful complex there in North Strabane. That's a good segue. I have to give a shout out to some of the Can-Am players on your team. Let's talk about the squad here in 2025. The non-Can-Am kids, who I don't know, but I want to give them some a shout out as well. You got Luke Daniels on your team, Luke Henderson, Clint Havanus. You got Ryan Lucas. And if I'm mispronouncing any of these names, I apologize to the
You're
families.
killing it. You're
Andrew
killing it.
Stredzik. I know the Can-Am names, but I don't know the other ones on the list here. Nico Vital as well. Actually, I see you got a bunch of. Now I'm looking. I got my cheat sheet here, John, and the
There you go.
schools. The schools are actually represented on there. I see you got a few kids from Trinity on here, and then the other schools representing. I'm not sure if I recognize those logos. I've only broadcasted high school football and basketball for over 25 years, but I can't figure out the other two logos. Where does Luke Henderson play? Do you know?
Charleroi.
That's a Charleroi logo. And then
That's a
Andrew,
Charleroi logo there.
am I pronouncing that right? Strezic?
Yeah,
Strezic?
street check. Street checking.
Strezic. Where's he
Yes,
from?
sir. Bentworth.
Bentworth. He's a
Yes,
Bearcat.
sir.
There you go.
He is a
There you go.
Bearcat. They're Bearcats.
So, and then the other ones, Daniels, Lucas, and Vitel, all Trinity kids. The Cannon Mac kids, I can speak highly of. I know these families. I've coached a lot of these players with my older son Ryan, from T-ball all the way up through pony. I've either coached them or coached against them. I have had several of them in other sports. Keegan Weidenhofer is also on this team from Cannon Mac. Braxton Thompson. I coached Braxton when he was in T-ball. I've coached Keegan as well. Jackson Green was on one of my teams over the years. Ethan Amos coached him in basketball. Great hooper. Caden Harkins. I'll come back to the Shark in a second. Colton Mumford, a great kid there as well. Been around Colton. He's a good basketball player. Ashton Fike was on my basketball team this past year. Side note, he was the leading scorer in our basketball league this past season. Andrew Irwin and Carson Simmers. He's a neighbor of mine, Carson Simmers. I know their family well. Caden Harkins, he's the Shark. I've coached him since Coach Pitch. He hit a grand slam off of me way back in the day. I gave him his nickname, the Shark. I said, I don't want any royalties. I just want free tickets one day.
There you go, man. Yeah, he's hit a couple grand slams this summer as well. On a bigger stage. That's it's maybe that set the tone. That was a little omen for him there.
Well, good or bad, I didn't teach these kids anything about baseball. I just simply put them in a lineup and cheered them on, and here they are today. So their families and everyone else around them get the credit, Coach JP. But this team, this is a pretty solid team that you guys have put together. A very competitive team, I would think, this year.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, we had a pretty good tryout. It was a 3-day tryout at the last week of June, and we actually ended up having 58 gentlemen show up for that. So I mean, it didn't make it easy to pick the 15 for sure. I mean, it was a tough decision. I mean, so standing out, man. One thing that everybody says, I feel like over the years on this Washington team is, man, I wish I had one more pitcher, two more pitchers. So one of my focuses in that selection process was we're gonna have some arms, man. Like we have a lot of live elite level arms for these 14-year-old age group.
We're talking with Coach JP, the head coach, manager for the Washington County, Pennsylvania Pony League World Series team that will compete this upcoming weekend in the 2025 Pony League World Series at historic. And I like how they put the historic there because it is historic. Lew Hays Field. Talk about that facility, John. It sounds like you've been around it quite a bit, living down in Washington now, playing at nearby Waynesburg. Great field, great host site for a tournament on an international stage like this.
100%, man. I mean, the history's rich. For Pony League to be founded for the reason it was founded for, Pony standing for Protect Our Nation's Youth, is I'm sure you're familiar with. So to have it here every year is awesome, man. I tell these kids, the world comes to Washington for 5 days and just stop and look around, smell the roses a little bit, because it's a super cool experience. It's a super cool experience, especially for these kids, man. Like you said, you're playing in front of the hometown crowd. Some of these kids, it might be the biggest crowd they ever play in front of. You know what I mean? So it's special for sure.
John, this tournament again draws not just from teams here across the United States, but internationally. When you pull the history of this tournament, Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, has won two titles, two Pony League titles. And this goes all the way back to 1952. And that's where we're going to take in a time machine back to over 70 years since the last time a team from Pennsylvania won. Monongahela, Pennsylvania, 1954. You talked about a Mon Valley team participating last year. They were the first to do it back in 1954. Washington, Pennsylvania fielded a team in 1955. They were the second to do it. So they went back to back, two Pennsylvania teams in 54 and 55. Since then, teams from Washington County have made it as far as the finals just a few years ago. But you guys are seriously chasing history this year, every year, trying to become the first team, Washington County, to win this championship in a long, long time.
About 70 years to my calculation, and that's what I keep telling these guys, man. They're hungry for it. I know they are. Like I said, man, the world comes to Washington, and it's our job to defend it, no doubt. So we gotta bring one back and get a more recent championship up there.
John, what's the most important factor going into this tournament playing these teams? I would think it's pitching. You mentioned pitching before, whether it's at the high school level all the way down through, these early teenage years of competing at the Pony League or above. Everybody, as you said, wants that extra pitcher, but I would think in this tournament, you guys are going to see some really, really strong pitching.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's it, man. It's so complimentary. You know, good hitting helps pitching on pitch counts, right? I mean, there's a lot of pitch count rules in this tournament. The daily max is 95 for a kid. If they go any more than 20 pitches, they have to have a day's rest. So that's a factor into a 5-day tournament, nonetheless. But yeah, I'm 100%. I mean, pitching is the cornerstone, right? Baseball is a game of failure. It's very hard to hit the ball. So if you have guys on the mound that are even better at, make it even harder, I'll say, for other teams to hit the ball that gives you a benefit for sure.
Are you able to let us know who your pitchers are going to be for this tournament, who you're looking to start, or is that private information? I mean, there could be somebody from Italy watching this podcast on Oneberg right now. Who
That
knows?
that is true, man. That is true. I can't give away too much. I'll plan on announcing the starters to the team this week. But I mean, out of our 15 guys, man, all 15 of them have the ability to pitch. I mean, I'm pretty confident in almost anyone that can go out there. I mean, they're going to give us a shot, man. That's, like I said, when we were picking the team, that was one of the main things that we focused on was, hey, if you have an elite arm, a quality arm, man, that's what we're looking for. That's going to get you far.
That's a good problem to have when you have that many pitchers to choose from. I know the Cannon Mac kids, and I know you got some strong pitchers. I know Braxton Thompson's a lefty as well, so he'll give you a nice look there. When this team, after it got put together here, about a month and a half ago, John, you guys quickly assembled. You played in tournaments the very first weekend. You've played scrimmages, tournaments since. You've also been very active in the community. There's a community public relations aspect of these young men and this team that they get out and they really help in and around Washington County.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, we had so we selected that team on a Wednesday night, and then had a team meeting that the next day, Thursday. And one of the messages coming away from that meeting was, from now on, you're representing something a little bit more than just yourself. You're representing a community where if you do something bad, good, people are going to know. People are going to know, hey, did you see what that kid from Washington County did? So, just doing the right thing on and off the field, man. That's the main thing, main takeaway. Which is awesome, man. That these kids are all about it too. I mean, they love doing it. It's not forced on them. It's not like pulling teeth. They're happy to spend their time in and around the community, and as much time as they like to spend on the baseball field. It's the same thing.
Again, I'm guessing it's clear across the board with all 15 of the kids on this team, but I can speak for the local kids that I know that I've been around those families. You got outstanding individuals involved, and I'm excited to see you guys play this upcoming weekend. It is the 2025 Pony League World Series, again at historic Lew Hays Pony Field in Washington Park. Games get started this upcoming Friday, August 8th. Adult pass is $30 for the tournament. 14U series pass is $20. Adult daily pass $8. 14U daily pass $5. You can buy your tickets online. Just go to the Pony League World Series website. They will get you started right there. And again, the Washington County team will play this upcoming Saturday at 12 noon. What is your message, John, to your team going into this tournament?
Man, I'm a big John Gruden guy. So one of his most famous speeches that he gives is, everybody has dreams, and that's one thing. Everybody has dreams to win the World Series, but at some point, we got to turn into nightmares and end people's dreams. So unfortunately, that's what that's the side of the dream we're gonna be on, man. We're gonna try and be nightmares for everybody.
Now I'm going to knock on wood if you're with me. There you go,
That's
John
right.
Gruden. Knock
Yes,
on wood
that's
with your with you.
that's
I thought you were
right.
going to start doing an impression of Gruden. Now you're speaking my language, John. I was born into baseball, but I married football, so that's
Yes.
kind of where I am in my life, being coaching some youth football here over the years as well as baseball. But man, Gruden's a good message for baseball, basketball, football. I don't care what you're talking about, and if you have that, you should be successful this upcoming weekend. You guys have had close to 13,000 people at that facility a few years ago when the team made the finals, right?
Yeah. Oh man, it packed. I mean, both sides are. I mean, it's shoulder to shoulder. The whole hillside in right field is covered. I mean, it's like I said, man. I tell those kids when you're out there, like, don't be afraid to stop and look around because it's. I mean, it is special, man. You feel it. Um, that's the thing, man. That's it's not really pressure when all 13,000 pretty much are are rooting for you to win, right?
The last team from the United States to win the Pony League World Series was back in 2021, a team from Brownsville, Texas. And this weekend, this tournament upcoming that runs through the middle of next week, this Washington County, Pennsylvania team will be trying to make history to do that. John, any surprises for the tournament from a PR standpoint? There's a rumor, the Oneburg mascot is Barry Bonds, and not spelled like how you know it. And I was
Yes.
just notified last night that he may be making an appearance at the Pony League World Series this weekend. But you guys have to have a lot of stuff, a lot of fun stuff planned for this tournament.
Oh yeah, man. I know there's a mascot night for sure. There's a lot of there's a college night. I mean, it's awesome what they do, man. There's a Pittsburgh Pirates night. The Dick's Sporting Goods Fan Fest is coming up Thursday, I believe. Um, at I think that's 5:30 at the Dick's Sporting Goods in Washington. So I mean, there's a lot of cool events, man. On Friday, at 11 is a skills competition. So it's a home run derby and a fastest base runner for all the teams that are in the World Series as well, which is another cool thing for the kids, man. But yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. It's like I said, it's a blessing to be here and to have the opportunity to coach these young men, and it's a blessing for them to play in the tournament, man. It's awesome.
Upcoming this Saturday, we're going to show the bracket here on Oneburg on the TroupCast once again. There's Washington County. They will play this Saturday, August 9th at 12 o'clock against Italy. They're on the left side corner of that bracket. South Hills, Pennsylvania. They will play the South Hills team, I should say. Will play Bronx, New York on Friday at 7:30. If you want to go check that out. You got the team from California from Simi Valley playing the team from China on Friday, August 8th at 4:30. Corpus Christi, Texas playing Bay County, Michigan on Saturday at 2:30. And then you have some not consolation games, but winter brackets that have to play either Columbia or Monterrey, Mexico. Both of those on Saturday and Sunday upcoming. John, final thoughts here with you before we go. Best of luck to you and the team. But my final question for you before we sign off here and you guys get ready to get this tournament underway in just a few days. Any nerves? Are you nervous? Excited? A little bit of both?
Yeah, man. I think excited. Definitely nervous, man. If you're not nervous, you don't love it anymore. Everyone should be a little bit nervous for sure, but turn it into positive energy, man. I get three messages to these guys at the beginning of the year, man, and to be positive, be a good teammate, and be a dog. As long as you follow those three things, man, you're gonna do all right in life, not just in baseball.
And keep that message alive that as much as we love dreams, we're into nightmares.
We're more into nightmares this week. This week coming up at historic Lew Hays Pony Field. Yes, sir.
Well, hopefully that nightmare awakens for the first time in over 70 years to a possible championship for a team from Pennsylvania and right here in Washington County. Coach JP, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck this week. I mean, how can you not root for a guy like you and the kids on this team, man? You got a great team in place. Go get it.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Ed. God bless you, brother.
All right, that's going to do it for the TroupCast for this week here on One Bird. JP, stand by. Don't jump off quite yet. We will see you later this week down at Lew Hays Field. Make sure you check out the 2025 Princegate, by the way, is the sponsor of the Pony League World Series right here in Washington County. And we will see you next time right here on One Bird. Have a great day, everyone.